Hey boo, hey, how you be? Come on in and talk with me. Bring a friend or bring three. Like the video, for you it's free. Drop a crown and where you from. The queen is here. Let's start the show. Where we gonna end? Nobody know. Now here we go. Here we go. Let's start the show. Ow. Welcome, confessors. Come on in. Press that thumbs up, drop a crown, and speak if you're not a hater or a lurker. We are nothing but good vibes and good times up in here. We accept all opinions and points of views respectfully. Let's get it cracking. Hey boo, hey, what's going on? Happy Thursday. We are here with Love and Marriage Huntsville reunion part 1 and 2. Okay, we're gonna get into everything from 1 and 2. So without further ado, let me bring up my beauties that are with me tonight. Miss Dita, aka Rosita the Receipt Queen. Hey boo, hey.
What's up? What's up? What's up?
How you doing?
I'm here, y'all. Oh, hey, Phillips family is already in the building.
And we've got Maud, the undisputed African queen. Hey, boo, hey. I guess she's getting it together, but she will be with us momentarily. All right, let's not waste any time. Let's get into what has went on these past 2 episodes. Carlos did not waste no time with the questions. He was getting into it. So let's start with Mel and Martell. Carlos got to asking about their whole situation with their, their whole case and everything that's going on and the revenge P and everything. How did you feel that whole conversation went? Because Martell denied the fact that he was guilty. Mel said, but it was proven in court that you were. And everyone has their own opinion. Cameras were not in the courtroom. So we don't know if what really happened. So how did you feel that whole conversation went down? Because I'm like, Martell.
According to Martell, he pled guilty so he could appeal and it goes to a higher court. And then it's kind of like 2 things can be true at the same time. Mel has her version, Martell has his version, and it's kind of like a lot of people don't know that a terroristic threat is a felony in most states. And so if I text you and say I'm gonna beat your ass, or if you don't leave me alone, I'm gonna do release some revenge P, or I'm gonna come to your house and whatever. Even if you never have intentions of doing it, you just trying to get the person off your back, that is a terroristic threat, and it is a felony in most states. So his whole text message, hey, I'm gonna treat you like you gonna treat me, with the screenshot, is technically in some states, in most states, a terroristic threat. You know what I'm saying? So he may or may not have been guilty of that. He may, according to his lawyer's instructions, to plead guilty and then appeal it so that it goes to a higher court so he get dismissed. It's a lot of legal mumbo jumbo going on that a lot of people don't understand, but Mel wants to get out the fact that he pled guilty. He's trying to get out the fact I pled guilty to get it appealed to go to a higher court. So again, 2 things can be true at the same time. I am a criminal justice major at the time I went to college, so I get both sides. And quite frankly, I just really wish those 2 could amicably split, because they have children of a certain age who at some point are going to have access to the internet. And at this day and age, nothing from the internet is deleted.
Nothing. I wonder, he always talking about receipts and stuff. So for him to go on and say that I'm going to treat you the way you treat me, did he not have any receipts or evidence showing that she treated him this way that could have backed this up or anyway? Well, I just don't understand.
I think in Martell's defense, and I'm just playing devil's advocate here, I think that Martell was tired of being painted in a certain light as
Oh,
far
he's
as
definitely
the
tired, as he
millimeters
should be.
and the show, and this is that and the third. And I guess he wanted to prove that Mel wasn't as innocent as it seemed. And he might have gotten away with it if there wasn't so many rumors, innuendos, or speculations that he tried to put this video out and say it was somebody else to tarnish her name. He might have had a leg to stand on, but there's that gray area for that. But I honestly believe that in the statement of the text message, she has admitted on a live that, she put hands on him. She's trying to play the damsel in distress, but let's be clear, this woman had a baby while you were still married to him, and then you had another baby. And had it not been the millimeters calling for divorce and mistreatment, if y'all would have never been on Love and Marriage Huntsville, y'all might still be married. So there's that. So I just kind of feel like he's saying, like, you've been out here pushing this I hate Martell agenda. So I'm gonna make sure that you're not listed as a angel, and innocent in all of this mess. That's kind of what I'm getting from it.
Get you. Matt, how do you feel about the whole situation? Do you feel the Carlos asked the right questions and was fair in the conversation?
I think it was fair. I think that I agree with everything that Dina has said, and I'm glad that she's leaving the show because it's just toxic, you know. Um, of course, there's that you can see even when they're arguing, they cared for each other. They've been together for a long time. They have beautiful 4 children. It just happened that Melody is a better business person than Mattel is. And so
Mhm.
she capitalized on all that. And that's why she has all these people, ready to do anything. They're ready to slaughter your ass if you come for her. And I cannot blame her for that. I mean, I can't. She's only taking advantage of the situation. I agree. It's time. I mean,
Ooh, it's
they have these kids who are growing up now. They are teens. They're gonna see stuff. You don't want to see your mom being accused of doing stuff in a car, trying to entertain other people into the marriage. You also don't want to see your mom going back and forth with your dad that you care for deeply, about somebody that he slept with and disrespected your mother. You know,
Well,
and
here's
so
the thing. Remember, he also said, and he said this before, off camera, him and Mel are cool. She's cool. But it's when the cameras turn on, she turns into that other that she turns
she
into Mel.
she turns
He
to the
gets
business.
Melody,
She
but then
turns to
she
the
turns into
business.
Mel when the cameras turn on.
She turns to the businesswoman that she is because she has to sell whatever products she's selling. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And so if she decided to be cool with him, everybody's becoming for her like they have been coming for Tisha, calling her dumb and all that. You should
Mm-hmm.
do A, B, C, and D towards, so she's not gonna do that. She's already made so much money
Right.
out of this.
Facts.
So
I
But
agree.
still, but still. Oh yeah, I meant to wear my God said go sweater. I have no idea where my hat is. I don't lost the hat. But the hat is dirty and got makeup on it. I didn't keep up with it.
you know, I don't I don't blame anybody for using the platform for to expand their business. I don't blame anybody for that.
Of course, that's what it's
In
for
fact,
nowadays.
you should take advantage of the situation. What I have a problem with when it comes to Melody is her bringing in God into the situation. I don't like
Mhm.
that. I don't like that. Don't do
I
that.
don't like it either. I
I
don't
don't
like
either.
it
So we are all in agreement on that.
So let's move on then. How'd y'all feel? So let's just talk about this whole deleted scene
Ooh.
that ended up getting leaked, put out. I don't know who did it, who's responsible. I don't know who for putting this out. But the scene, the complete entire scene was just put out. I don't know who did it, but it was put out. And right after Mel had went live, that's when production had not only took that scene out, but also changed the syllabus of the episode as well. And we could clearly see that. So do you think that there's a leg that Mel has a leg up with that anyway? Because
Tell us more about this deleted scene, because I'm confused.
The deleted scene, it wasn't supposed to be shown, but the deleted scene of Destiny talking about Mel and Martell grooming her.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. That was part of the episode before Mel went live and they got scared. And I believe she still is actively still don't put a lawsuit out now. So now owner's in a whole nother lawsuit. So she has that. But so in this scene, she talks about the fact that, while and here's why I want to feel that Destiny is telling the truth. Because how could you sit there next to a man, your best friend, and blame him on camera in front of 7-8 other people while his ex-wife is directly across from you and him next to you, and you accuse them of grooming and it's not true? I just don't see that.
Yeah.
I just don't see that. And that's where I feel now, a lot of people feel a certain way because grooming is a touchy word, and you can be groomed as an adult. It is possible. It is a thing. You can be by many different variations. I just don't feel that Destiny is lying. And then to talk about, like Maud had also mentioned, Destiny also brought up the fact that, they were all in the limo and Mel was giving head to someone in the limo in front of other people while Martell was there. I believe everybody was there. So I'm like, what type of freaky shit is y'all on?
Two things could be true. She might not necessarily be grooming anybody, but she might also have realized the kind of a man that she's married to. And so she's
and not everyone knows what grooming actually is to say, oh yeah, I did or I didn't. But who would admit to that anyway?
Well, here's the thing. If you and we don't know what Mel and Martell had going on behind closed doors, but there are lots of women out there. Like, if you have a friend that's married and you're the single friend, or you're the friend going through a divorce, or you're the attractive friend, whatever,
make me a drink.
Whatever case you fall under, and then it's like, okay, the married couple has a fancy of some sort for this single or extra friend that's always the third wheel, blah, 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 whatever. So during the course of time, there's jokes made, or, hey, what would you do in the situation? There's all these things that take place to eventually opening yourself, the third wheel, to be open to the idea of joining into the married couple to become a throuple. That was used heavily on Love and Marriage DC. So I kind of feel like a lot of couples in this new age play with the idea of an extra. And yeah, it's not something that you meet somebody on day one and say, hey, do you want to be an extra in our marriage?
Yeah.
But then when you're friends with this couple and they're like, oh, you're so attractive and you're so beautiful, and oh my God, if I wasn't married, or if I liked women, girl, I would choose you. And the man be like, oh, if I wouldn't have met my wife first, I would have chose you. Or, it would be amazing if y'all would be sister wives. All these jokes, with everybody knows that there are some truth behind every joke. Like all these things. And you take this into consideration over 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, however long, right? And then y'all all at the crib and get drunk one night, and then it's like, oops a daisy.
Yeah.
But in the couple's mind, it's been a lead up of however many years to get you comfortable with a situation. And I'm not saying that's what happened.
She's been around them for a long time. When you around someone that long,
that's what they did. I'm with you. I believe Destiny has a point, and she could be telling the truth. What I'm saying is, in general, from the shows you see on Tubi, Lifetime, and this is that and the third, if a person or persons have a desire of a person, it can take 1 year, 2 years, 5 years, 10 years, 15, 20 years to get that person into the mindset of, it's just a night of fun. We were drunk. We're not going to talk about it tomorrow. But all along, they were plotting on this scenario. I don't put it past anybody, because you got chicks out here plotting on their best friend's husband. You got men out here plotting on their best friend's wife. They calling the wife, yeah, he at the strip club in the champagne boom boom room. And when the wife is crying because he didn't got somebody else knocked up, they dare to dry away the tears, with a hard whoopie woo. So people be plotting. So I don't put nothing past nobody.
I think that.
Go ahead.
I think that Melody, she was there the whole reunion. She knows what happened, what went down, what the question was asked, and she's a smart businesswoman. I keep going back to that because she knew she did not know what's gonna be brought up at the reunion, how it's gonna be edited, and is that at that point she decided, you know what, I don't want to be part of this. Not because she doesn't want to be really part of this, it's because she's realized, I don't know what they're gonna show at the reunion. Okay.
What if she got someone in the editorial room that can do a favor for a favor?
That's another thing.
You know people.
That's another thing.
Obviously, Martell ain't know nobody.
Oh, he doesn't even care to know anybody. He's just over there being a fool.
Maybe this sums up the rumor. Matter of fact, if Carlos and Martell ever got down, because clearly he would have a better edit had he did.
Absolutely.
Shit. Just saying.
Absolutely.
Just saying. Just freaking saying. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I usually start with this, and I've thought about it later, but let's talk about the fashion for a second. How did y'all feel? Because we always know that Tisha is the biggest one that everyone loves to talk about. So how did y'all feel about this year's looks? Let's start with Tisha and Marceau.
Start with me because those are
okay, Ma, go ahead.
Loved it. Loved the bob. Loved the outfit. Loved everything about them. Loved. A.
Dina, how do you follow up with that?
I did like her outfit. It was a lot better than the baby poop green from last year. So I was in agreement. I give 0 fucks about Marceau, so I don't know what the fuck he had on because I didn't care.
He just had on the suit. He just had on the suit.
Now put up the disclaimer before we get too far in.
I can't because I still ain't bought StreamYard yet.
Oh, okay.
We don't condone bullying or hate. We go solely off what we see on the show. Everyone's commentary is our opinion. All right, and allegedly. Thank you for coming out. God bless you. Good night. Okay, so Chris and Elle. Chris came dressed with love around the collar, dressing Elle. How did y'all feel? Did they nail it for their first time? How did they do for their first reunion?
They was cute.
It was cool.
They was.
No.
I like the way his collar matched her dress.
Yes.
They was stepping. So yeah, I liked it.
No.
What you ain't like, Mod? What you ain't like?
It was a little bit too much for me with his collar thing.
It was pimping. What you talking?
It was too much ghetto-ness over there. Okay, it was too ghetto.
How dare you? How dare you? Do you not know fashion?
No, this is
Do
ghetto.
you not know fashion?
This is ghetto.
Matching your woman is ghetto. So
Matching.
You and Mr. Mod ain't ever
There is a way you can match me. Don't bring your foolishness with the collar all the way down to your chest. That is ghetto. Don't bring that foolishness. Don't do that.
I get what Ma's saying because especially
Come on.
with the embellishments and the pearls and the bling bling, it could to some people be a bit too much. He could have got away with a pocket square. I understand where she's coming from.
Ubiquitous is not down with the matching couple. Maybe I'm lame, or maybe because I never had a man long enough before.
When I see,
I would love to match with my man.
Posting them
And my next man better take notes.
And he got on the Hawaiian shirt, and she got on the matching Hawaiian dress. I'll be like, I want to do some shit like that. The matching PJs, I want to do some shit like that. But I understand it can be too much for some people because it's a vibe, and that ain't everybody's vibe. And everybody's entitled to their own opinion, which we love and respect all opinions over here. So I 100% get it.
Phil's family is not for it either. She said, no.
Well, I appreciate what Dina is saying, but over here, you bring your ghetto-ness. We don't appreciate your ghetto-ness, okay? So what I'm saying is that was ghetto. We don't appreciate that, okay? Nell and Fletcher, you're way too old. Don't bring ghetto-ness on TV. If you want to match your man, let him up just a little bit. Something small over here. Not the whole damn thing. All the way to his chest.
Chris gotta be the man. But Chris wants to shut him down, y'all.
I agree with Mod.
Chris wants to shut him down.
Better if he would have had the collar like he did without the bling bling pearls and embellishments, that would have been cool too. So I totally understand what you're saying. Like it was a bit extra, like they just took a side piece from her dress and then sewed it back up and put it on his collar. Like he could have had like the burnt orange satin lapel that would have been cute with the burnt orange square. There is subtle ways, but the exact match where the bling and the pearls or the whatever fuck she had on her dress. And don't get me wrong, I loved her dress. Do not get me wrong, I did love her dress, but it did look like she bought the dress 2 sizes too big, and they took a whole side panel out of the dress and then sewed it back up so it would fit her just right because the dress was hitting where it needed to be hitting.
Jesus.
And they took that side piece and made his lapel, and I think that was a bit much.
And I can also add, I would have appreciated if it was just a little subtle, very subtle way, little things, but then he has that whole damn thing, and you add that to his greasy hair. I'm like, I'm done. Count me out of this bullshit. Count me out. I'm done with this bullshit.
Did she do that bad?
He was getting his soul glow on. Okay, don't be mad.
Did she do that bad? Jesus. Well, damn.
And then, just like we talked about too, we glad Martell didn't wear the blue suit that he wore to the Destiny opening, because had he wore the blue suit, which is the exact replica of the white suit, which you know how you do if you like somebody in every color, I do
exactly.
It. Then him and Mel would have been matching. But hold on.
Ooh. But it was cute still. Well, then you notice you had, so who wore it better? Because Carlos, Fletcher, and Martell all came in a white suit. Who wore their white suit better? I
don't even care.
Carlos. And I don't even like him, but Carlos did.
Dear, who wore it better?
I don't even care because I'm not looking. So they
You just ask him. Just
I
like
mean, I can't really
just saying it.
because as far as I'm concerned, they was just there.
Well, I think Martell shut him down.
But
He was too tight pants talking about, hold on, once I sit down, I can't get back up.
No, and he was so sincere. He really sat down real slow.
And this is a problem. This is a problem that Melody has. She is right now she's a single mom with 4 children. All right. She is not like one of the richest. So you're not gonna tap the richest of Black men out here. So she has a button. She has 4 children. She's single mom. And then Mattel over here looking as hot as ever. Like, like, you know what I mean? Like he's gonna get 20-year-old, you know, like,
Okay, Maude.
I'm just saying.
Okay, watch
I'm
yourself.
not gonna say that Martell.
I have a repeat of how you was feeling about Marcel that night 2 years ago.
The one thing I am glad about this show is that it showcases all the behind the scenes, because if this show didn't exist and you was out in the club and they was at the reunion after party and you saw Martell, you'd be like, oh, he's handsome, he's well put together, you know, blah blah blah. Looks can be deceiving, and you know, behind that is a diabolical mind of a man who don't know if he want his wife or not. He don't know if he want to release revenge P or not. He don't know if he want to get with his side piece or not. He don't know if he want to do fake relationships to piss somebody off so he can remain on TV or not. He got all this shit going on in the brain in a well-dressed shell.
Yes. It's misery in a perfect. It's just a whole bunch of misery.
And that's why I say
a beautiful package
need to come with warning labels like cigarettes that say, you know, blah blah blah. Like it says right here, Surgeon General's warning: smoking causes lung cancer, heart disease, emphysema, and may complicate pregnancy. Warning label, okay? Motherfuckers, male and female, need to come with warning labels. Subject to cheat on you, subject to beat you, subject to have a baby on you, subject to be narcissistic, subject to fuck up your credit, subject to XYZ. And then I can decide if I want to sign up for that, and then you can't complain.
Well, shoot, we ain't signing up for nothing. If they did tell us all of that, that's why they don't.
Motherfuckers I meet right now, narcissistic, godlike complex, superiority complex, thinks they better than the whole world, don't have a job, out here scamming. Like if that was on a warning label, next, okay, loves the Lord, praises his mama, has a gainful employment, loyal, non-cheater. Okay, sign me up for that 5 times.
Yeah.
Look, like the subject to have shit Ajax can't wash off. Or, you know, they come with communicable diseases and shit. You know, let me know up front before you get bedazzled by the smile or the dimples or the pretty teeth, or, you know, because they tall, or, you know, blah, 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 whatever. Like all that extra shit. Like, let me know what the fuck I'm dealing with before I have to spend 5 good years wasting my good coochie in my prime years on a motherfucker who ain't about shit.
Facts.
You know, when my stomach was flat and my ass was fat, I done wasted all them good years on this no good motherfucker.
But that's for real. That's how we be feeling. That's exactly how it is. That ain't no lie.
You know what I'm saying? Because I could have wasted this 6-pack, you know what I'm saying? You know, and all these great juices on a motherfucker who's going to appreciate it.
Great juice. Not great juices. The grape juices.
I'm just saying, to be 100% honest, there are so many millions of women out there between the ages of 25 and 40 who have wasted they good juices, flat stomach, and fat asses to have babies by trifling ass niggas. Now they bodies out of shape. They constantly in the motherfucking gym. They got 3 to whatever 4 kids or whatever by some fucked up ass nigga. Now they're damaged and they're broken. And I'm not being discriminatory against women, against men, because there's some men out there that didn't gain that freshman 15 or 30, that then they hairline is receding and they going gray behind a bitch that wasn't never gonna be right. I'm not discriminatory. All I'm saying is, if you ain't shit, don't waste my good years when you ain't shit.
She said what she said.
Oh, let me switch.
You got some echo going on. Oh, she'll be back. But no, I'm just saying, I never blame one sex or the other on, because they both equally do the same shit. Mm-hmm. I'm just saying, if there was a warning label on the first date, I'm be like, here's my label. What's your label? Because my label gonna say I'm a loyal, down ass, ride or die bitch that comes with her own money from a good background, who got grade A USDA choice whoop-de-whoop, and all my shit is legit, and here's my test results. That's what I'm coming with. That's my energy.
One of the problems that we have when it comes to love and marriage, Huntsville. Can you hear an echo?
It was, but it's gone now.
Okay. One of the
it was me, because I had to, because at one point my laptop shut down, and when I came back, I was on my phone. Then I came back on my laptop.
Okay. One of the main challenges that comes with love and marriage, Huntsville, when they were introduced to us, it was 3 couples who are gonna build, Black communities, bring people,
Black excellence.
What it turned out to be was, there was one couple that there were 2 couples. One, they both cheated on their spouses. Okay. Mm-hmm. They both cheated on their spouses. One decided, I'm gonna give you a second chance. Then she does that, and then there was this cheat on me, but don't do it. Has to be some respect. I don't need to know about it.
Cheating.
Right.
Yeah, respectful cheating.
And that was Melody.
Please, can we not ever make that normal?
And that was
never will be normal.
But we did. But we did on this show until so that was Melody and Mattel, and then there was Tisha, who was very naive, stick through it, and so we have fans. We have fans who are divided as America is divided. Like, you see each other as the enemy. Just because somebody decided, you know what, they cheated on me once, twice, or whatever, but I'm gonna stick through it because my end goal. We have different objectives. The Melody and the teacher have 2 different end goals or goals in life. Okay.
Yeah.
But the fan base then decided, oh, you stupid, you're this, we're gonna come for you. That woman would have even committed suicide. She's new to the platform. Everybody is coming for her because she never did what Melody would have done or what Melody did. And so there is this principle when it comes to this show, and I don't know what they're gonna do, but there's this divide. Because when we're introduced to this show, there was that. I don't know what they're gonna do, because
now that Mel's gone, they should be able. I feel that with Mel gone now, they should take this time to come together and try to revamp. This is the 10th season they're going into. It's time.
If it is time,
either shit or get off the pot, because
is
this
time-
shit that y'all giving us, for real.
if it is time, then I would want to see Stormy come in and let us see the business part of Stormy.
We'll see. So the second part of the reunion, Sunny joined us and all of that stuff. But first, before we get into Sunny and introduce her, I want to pedal back because I don't know if y'all know that. Well, of course, everyone knows that Nell's stepdaughter, Chris's daughter, is coming out with a 7-part tell-all on how what's really going on with the Fletchers. She feels that they used her, and she wants to set the record
Is that
straight.
the one that was pissed off, and then her and her man left out out the car when Chris came out there to talk to them?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So she came out and she has started she has her own YouTube, and this 7-part series will be on her YouTube channel. She has made a announcement that she's starting it, and this today she gave like a little sneak peek into what we are to expect.
And her mama, let me just ask you. Her mama was the one that Chris was married to allegedly when him and Neil started their relationship, correct?
Yeah, or they were on their way to divorce or whatever that was. Okay. Yeah,
just wanted to make sure. Okay.
Whatever, and hopefully she'll clear that up as well. So it's going to be 7 parts, and yes, we will be talking about it.
Yes.
I know that the show is over, but if you ladies would, I would love the 7 parts. I don't know how
bring it on. But as long as it's not between February 26th and March 4th, because I'll be out of the country.
And we know that, baby. If it is, we forgive you, and we'll do it in your spirit. But it should be. But she said it's coming soon, so hopefully soon is soon. And so, I don't know how she's going to disperse it, but still every Thursday, whenever she does start that Thursday, I want to come on and talk about it. So I want to keep this slot for that. If y'all willing to come
here as long as I'm not out of the country.
Yes, we know the exception. We know the exception, Gina.
The question
the exception. Dina will be chilling out of the country, parlaying for the B-Day. Okay.
Right. I'm gonna be half a century old.
Okay. Half a century where? Okay, so back to so Sunny.
Wait. Let me just say this. So she started her YouTube channel, and all the millimeters are supporting her, and they subscribe to her YouTube channel, which is okay. You go do what you need to do. My question is, what are you gonna do on your channel after the 7 episodes, babe?
I don't think that's
babe,
the point.
Babe,
I don't think nothing.
Maybe she just wants Q&A.
Should we care though? Should we care?
I mean, who knows what she wants to do?
Should we care?
Look, it's like this. For me, we don't know if we care or not. We won't know if we care until we watch.
She's already coming up with a very bad energy. Now I'm ready for the tea. Don't get me twisted.
Well, I didn't feel no bad energy during when she said anything. I mean, I feel that she's about to actually be true. I mean, this is, regardless of what it is, this is her truth.
And two things can be true at the same time.
Why though?
Let me just say this, coming from a family of multiple marriages on my father's side, my mother's side, multiple children.
This was when? This season.
Hold on. Let me say this. A lot of times parents think they're doing one thing, the children feel another way, and 2 things can be true at the same time. And everybody, depending on their age, gets a different version of their parents. If you're the first child and they're young and struggling, you get one version. When you get to the second third child and they got a little bit of money, or you know they're getting this whole parenting thing together, you get another version. If you come at the end when they're established and then they have money and they have time, you get another version. So let's be clear that people get
Because I
different
will tell you
versions
right
of
now, not to
parents.
interrupt, but me, my sister, my brother got all different versions of my mama because of that same
Exactly.
exact thing.
You know, so everybody gets a different version depending on the status of the parent or parents. Even if you come from a two-parent household and you're the first two kids when they were in the struggle area, then the next two kids they had a little bit of money and stability, and then the last two kids they had money, they had status, and you know you got to go to private school. The first two kids went to inner city schools. Then the second two kids y'all got to move to the suburbs, so you had a different schooling. The last two kids, they got money, they got status, they didn't graduate, they got degrees, they got big money. Now they going to private school. You have to consider the parent that you receive was a product of their current environment. So you cannot be mad at your siblings for receiving more or less than you because based on the parent status. And you have to understand, especially in the Black community, a lot of us were not giving the playbook of how to be a parent. I saw something on TikTok or Instagram and they detailed the different women, right? And they were saying that the Caucasian and Asian women were taught how to get a husband and keep a husband, while African American women were taught how to run a household without a man. You know what I'm saying? So you have to take into consideration that some of these new age parents, especially in the 80s and 90s, when their parents was out here on during the crack cocaine era and they were raising themselves, they didn't necessarily get the playbook on how to be a parent, and they were winging it.
Facts.
So I just want to put that out there. Not to say that her story isn't true. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that different kids in different areas and stages of their parents' lives, because even in my own family, I am my daddy's first child, my mama's second child. They were 21 and 22 when they had me. So my youngest brother is 19 years younger than me. That's almost a 20-year difference. So the father that he was to me and the father that he was to him is vastly different.
Yes. Yes.
Well, that's very funny because we are 8 of us in my family. And my firstborn, the difference between my firstborn and myself is 20 years. And there's no difference between that man. Okay. That man was bullshitting the whole time.
I mean, it's hit or miss. I'm just saying, I don't want people to disregard her feelings or statements because, again, if I have a conversation with my parents right now, how I felt growing up and what they felt they were doing, to them, it makes sense. To me, I felt XYZ. And so, not that they're wrong and I'm right or vice versa. It's just they did the best they could at that time. And as they learned, then the siblings that came after may have felt they had more connection or a better lifestyle, whatever, because as they grew as adults and got older and got solidified in their careers and their employment, and they got benefits and insurance, like things that they didn't have when they was working at McDonald's or Taco Bell or whatever when it had me. And now they're at Boeing or Raytheon or Learjet when they have these other kids. These are just examples. And then they got 401k, and they got family insurance plan. Like, there's a vast difference when your one child is 19 years. There's a 19-year span in between the
Right.
children.
You know what,
Yeah,
Dana? I thank you for saying that because that just helped me make more sense of my family dynamic. I didn't even think of it like that. God damn it, you
I
thank
think
you.
that I think and while I appreciate what she's saying, I think for me the issue I have with this girl is that there are other ways you can communicate, because we have to remember she was this is not the first time she was on TV the previous season. She was not on TV this season. She then decided, when nobody talked about her, she was
Right.
not invited in the wedding. She was nowhere to be found in the second season. Is now when she's coming up, and the
Well, she
people
says she feels used.
but the people who are helping her are the manometers, are the people, the bloggers who came for her
Yeah.
stepmom. Do you see what I'm saying? So they
And
Yeah.
get
that's
to
what you
decide.
have to be
Yeah.
careful of,
That's what
Yeah.
I'm saying.
because
They're gonna
people
Yep.
will use your pain for profit.
exactly.
Mhm.
So they will
Yeah.
help you for your 7 episodes. Then what happens after that? Who
But
is gonna
that's
come to
that
you?
that
That's up
that's
to her. I
that's
feel that's up
exactly
to
what
her.
I'm saying. People will use your pain for profit. And that's why you have to understand, I'm not negating anybody's pain, right? But what I'm saying is that your pain can be explained, because if you are a first or second child, you have to take it into consideration. I'm gonna break it down. When I was 21, 22, 20 to 22 years old, I was working at an extra tech. I was working at a telemarketing place. I had hourly jobs, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's how that went. Now, by the time I had turned like 25, 24, 25-ish, I'm still an hourly person. It wasn't until 2000 and 2000. So at that time I would have been 25, that I had a salary position. By the time I was 25, I already had 3 kids. So you take hourly from 1993, when I had my first kid, to 7 years later in 2000, when I had my third kid in 99. So for 7 years, 6 7 years, I'm hourly. Now I have a salary position. I'm moving up. I got insurance. I got benefits. I got a 401k. You know what I'm saying? That's a
Yeah.
7 year gap where a child might feel some type of way
Oh,
because they're not
absolutely.
getting
Yeah.
whatever. So then I have PTO. We can go on vacations. We can, you know what I'm saying? That's a
Yep.
7 year gap where we struggled.
Yes.
So
It's a
they may
difference.
feel some
It's
type of
definitely a
way.
difference. It's a difference. Yeah.
To where I am now, where I can spoil my grandkids. I can go out of the country, starting, I want to say, now we're talking about 2015, where I'm 40. So we're going from 25 to 40, to where I'm making so much, I'm making so much money where we can go on vacations out of the country. I can send money to my grandkids. I can pay extra shit for my kids. I can help you go to college. I can do all these things. So that people have to understand that there is a timeline of progression. That's all I'm saying.
Okay. I
There
feel
is
you.
time
All
for
right.
there is time for progression, but there's also time for you to realize, let not people exploit your pains for their personal
But
bloggers.
she's at that point now. I'm talking about, for people to look at the grander picture. She has pain, and there are people exploiting their pain. And I imagine nobody has ever told her to look at the timeline. At this point where you felt disfranchised from your family, what was your parents' career employment?
Right.
What benefits did they have? What XYZ?
I mean, it may not be only that though, too. You could be so many other factors as to why she's doing this and what's really going on. Because if
Right.
you're willing to exploit not only your father, but the stepmother, there's something going on there. And in her sneak peek, and when she explains, the little bit, there's a lot more than what's going on than just that, because
Right, but that's
the sneak peek
I'm
says
saying.
that
People
because there is more than just that.
Right. What I'm saying is, at a point in time when you did get disgruntled with both parents or a singular parent, has anybody sat down and said, at the time you started to feel disgruntled, this is what your parent was making? Like, for example, if you sit down and say, well, my parents never paid for X, Y, and Z and never did this and da 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 da. Did you ever take into consideration that at that time they only made $36,000 a year? 12,000 of that.
I have no one in her
what I'm saying
corner
is,
saying that.
if you,
And that may be a reason
I'm
for
just
all of
saying,
this.
for an example, if you break down the numbers, you're mad because you didn't go to cheerleading camp or band camp, or you're mad because you didn't go to private school like the latter two kids did. But at the time you're talking about, your parents made $36,000 after taxes, and after taxes, 12,000 of those dollars is going towards rent. So at that particular time, they had $24,000 to pay rent, electricity, car payments, insurance, put food on your pay the lawn man, pay for daycare, all these things. And at the end of the day, there's that. And this is why you didn't go to band camp, summer camp, cheerleading camp, or you didn't go to a private school, when private school is $10,000 a year. Where are they supposed to get that money from? Right. I'm just using that as an example.
Right.
If this was your grief at the time that you have the grief, what kind of money, if you're saying your parents didn't put money into you, as an example, I'm not saying this is her grief, I'm just saying as an example, at that particular time, if they're only making $36,000 after taxes, where did you think this money was going to come from?
Mm-hmm.
Right. All right. We spent enough time on her. We're going to wait till it comes out to discuss more, because I still got two more things we want to get through. I still want to talk about Sunny and Destiny and her whole situation with all of that. And I want to speak on what's coming up and the fact, I lost my spot. But I wanted to also speak on something else. But yeah, let's talk about Sunny, because we still haven't touched on her.
Y'all know I feel that shit straight trifling. So that's all.
She was disrespectful. She was just, I don't care.
She was. That's what I'm like, yeah. She was disrespectful as fuck.
Confessions. I have never met you. I've never in person. I hope to meet you sometime this year.
And you will.
But if Confessions told me, I'm feeling for this guy, I am doing this, that's the end of the conversation. And and I don't care. I tell you that, I'm doing this business, I'm taking, minerals or vitamins, and I have this guy, and I'm introduced this guy who is doing this business with me as my boyfriend to you.
Yeah.
End of conversation. She was thirsty. She was wrong. She wasn't supposed to be hooking up with Moses.
And she ain't coming back. So thank goodness.
Well, let me tell you this. This beyond breaks the girl code. Whether you were her producer or whether you were her friend / producer, getting the information from her and her pouring her heart out to you for however long you were her producer, she gave you the playbook to deal with this man. And then when this man decided to fancy you to get back at her, because she wasn't available for his every beck and call.
I wanted to ask that. Do y'all actually believe that? Because she pointed that out at the reunion, that he got with her to get back at her, and then Mel and her was laughing, thought it was just hilarious. No, but do y'all actually believe that?
I do believe it, because let me tell you this.
Me too.
Destiny has said, hold on, let me put this down. Destiny has said that the main reason of her and Moses' issues was because she was not always available for him because she was out here trying to do Damani, trying to do shows, bookings, and this, that, and the third, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm sure they had conversation. So Sonny knew that he wanted a woman that was going to devote her time and be available to him whenever. So again, she gave her the playbook on how to deal with this man. Now, at the time she was giving her this information, Sonny didn't know what to do with it. She was filing it back here like, oh, this is my talent. Then when Moses decided to fancy her and pursue her, she was like, oh, I got the playbook back here. Let me move it to the front. He wants somebody dedicated to him. He wants you to be available for his every beck and call. And she was that woman. Whether consciously or subconsciously, she had the playbook and she was able to understand what it was he wanted and needed. She already had the warning label, okay?
Mm-hmm.
It's presented to her in a secondary manner. So then she's like, I can be that woman. And on top of that, her clock is ticking. He's probably saying everything that she wants to hear. And
Yep.
she has the
His
playbook.
clock ticking too.
So everything is in alignment for them to move fast. Like you ever meet someone and you be like, oh my God, I feel like I've known you all my life. And we just click. They just click because Sonny had the playbook. He was probably in his mind, I'm going to fuck with her to piss Destiny off. But then she was such this amazing woman and knew all the buttons to push. And he just magically fell in love. And now they get married within 3 to 6 months of dating, and now they're on the show to get a check. It was all a
All
part.
the way in Huntsville where you ain't even supposed to freaking be.
And that's why your ass locked up right now because you didn't get approval to travel.
Check that
You
out.
so busy trying to be petty, you done got yourself locked up.
No, is she not pregnant? Because that was a thought, but I ain't seen no baby bump. I ain't
She's
seen
not.
nothing.
She's
She ain't
not.
look like nothing at the
They was going
reunion.
through IVF or whatever.
She's
He
not.
ain't got to be there to get her pregnant. So it's whatever it is.
Wow.
Like
And
I
she's
said,
still holding on to that man, talking about when you come home, when you come home, when you come home. He ain't gonna break up with her when she come home.
To a point, you put all your eggs literally in one basket. You're holding on to that whatever delusional fantasy for dear life. She's at a certain age. She doesn't have any children. She's married and she wants to have kids. So again, it was equal parts of her knowing what buttons to push and her clock ticking, and it just being the perfect mixture for a fucking disaster that they want to turn into a Sunday picnic.
Unfortunately, there's a higher power. There's a higher power. You don't play with people.
And God don't like ugly, and He ain't too fond of the pretty.
Okay.
And I tell everybody all the time.
Okay.
So God don't play about me. There is nobody. There is nobody on earth that
all
has
your production money. You're gonna spend all your production money towards IVF, and it's it's like dry, because of your MOU. You're gonna have to be sensitive about other people. It's what I've learned in this life. I'm 40 something. We're not gonna talk about my age. You know what I'm saying?
We're not gonna talk.
I have learned a few things that the same energy you put out, the same energy you put out. Now I'm still trying to wait. I'm still waiting for Trump's energy to get back to his ass, but you know.
Don't hold that breath. We'll all be there on this goddamn screen.
Mine is very correct. Sometimes karma comes fast, and sometimes karma comes slow.
I mean, revenge is the best dish served cold. So And I
That's
love
why
it.
I say
Even though I
there
am
is
very much no
nobody out
patience,
there that
revenge
has did
circle
me
is good.
dirty that is in a better position than when I met them. And I am a firm believer in when I leave you, you will be in a better position than when I met you, whether it be friends, family, kids, a man, or whatever. Because as a beautiful Black Nubian queen,
Okay.
that is what we do. We multiply, we nurture, and we give. So for me to leave you less than what you when I met you is uncivilized. As Black women, that's what we do. So you will always be in a better position when I leave you than when I met you. But if you do me dirty, it's only temporary. Because when you fast forward 5, 10, 15, 20 years, nobody that I have ever done good for that did me dirty is in a better position today than they was when I met them. Nobody.
Boom. All right, let's talk about Trish and Ken real quick. We don't make an hour, and I hate going over an hour, so let's get them in. Trish and Ken. So we saw that big ass blow up at the end of the finale, and then we see them hand in hand at the reunion. Like, oh, it was like whatever. We finally get Carlos to ask certain questions. Direct. Did you F Martell? Did Martell F you? Did you send D pics? Did you send P pics? Did you ever kiss him? All this also. She said no to everything. But what pissed me off, and I don't think that there was nothing funny about it, when Martell said, oh yeah, we did mess around.
And then thought it was a joke. You don't play with shit like that.
You don't play like that. That was not funny. And then I don't know if they made it so there was that long of a pause, but I don't know why Trish didn't initially say, yo, nigga, what the fuck is up with you? What the fuck? You know, like that should have been coming out of her mouth. Like that should have been a natural reaction. Like if somebody hit you, you hit flinch back, right?
Right.
Somebody flinch, you gonna hit back.
Especially if somebody has been accusing you of national television that you have done some shit
all this season. And the way you just had my man humiliating me, the way you just had my man humiliating me, that was the last thing the world saw of us. Motherfucker, no, you is not about to play like that because ain't nothing funny. Like, yo shit might be in shambles right now, but don't come over here fucking with mine. And like she said,
you're not about to do me like that.
No, and I want to know that this makes sense to you because it did make sense to me when she was talking about the fact that why did you not correct this? Why did you not do that in the third? It did make sense when she finally said, and I never thought about this when she said, well, you know, I'm just coming on the show. Like when I initially came up to him, it was cool with me, but it wasn't cool for him. So I didn't know, like, was I supposed to fall back? You don't know me. I don't know you. Like, I don't know. I'm new to this.
I understood that. That made a whole lot of sense.
So that makes sense right there. And I will give her that. So this really is on Martell the most. Because why would you know how it goes. You know, this is your people. You know how they act. You know how they are. You know how they think.
He's doubling down. So I'm following your lead. He's the bigger star of the show. So I'm following your lead. Like, I don't know. And with them never being on TV before, do I say this? Do I not say this? And then it becomes a bigger thing in the storyline between her and Mel. Like, when you're first time reality TV and you're trying to navigate and nobody is helping you or whatever, what do I say? What I don't say? How do I navigate this whole situation? And honestly, if he'd have just walked in the gym that very first, or not the gym, when they were at Stormy's house, and he would have been like, hey, Trish, how you been? Workout session or whatever, this would have been deaded.
Right then and there. And if you go back and think about that, that's what she was on. She said, it was like, hey, you know, because even after the word, when someone was like, do y'all know each other? She's like, yeah. Martell was the one acting funny from the get-go.
Here's where she
must have wanted that. That was a good storyline for him, though. It did give him a storyline.
Here's where Trish fucked up. First, she said she knew him through his brother Marquez, whatever his name is. Then it was, oh, he DM'd me to work out with him. Then, it was, oh, Chris hooked us up. It was so many different stories is where she fucked up at. If she
She's
would have
probably
just
not a
said,
liar and she ain't used to lying. That could also
right,
be a
if she
thing.
would have just said, even if he like act like he didn't know her, if she would have just said to Stormy, well, he DM'd me to work out. I don't know how he knew who I was. Boom. Or if she would have said, hey, Chris and I are distantly related. Martell saw him in the at the whole gym situation, and then he DM'd me to work out. A lot of this could have been avoided,
Well,
but
see, but that's when she found out about that. That's when it was too late because that was like one missing piece of the puzzle that she didn't even know about until later.
right, and but
And then
even,
that's when it all
like I
came
said,
out.
even in the beginning, if she would have said, "Well, he didn't DM me to work out,"
I think for me,
it would have saved a lot.
I think for me is, you know who is supporting your lifestyle. You know who is sending money to your children who they're not biological children. I don't have to do that shit. Right? You know I am doing everything for this kid, and for you to disrespect me.
Mm-hmm.
And the finale, you are the problem. I have never been the problem. I've been the solution to your ass.
Boom.
Yep, I agree. I
I've been the
100%
solution.
agree, Mom.
And I have to tell you this: I have 2 boys. If my son acted stupid like this, I'll be driving to his ass, picking his ass up. We are not doing this shit.
Okay? I
Okay?
agree with you, Mom, because that last scene from them, and when he started talking about everything he paying for and keeping afloat, and this is that and a third, I'm ready to wrap this shit up. I'm ready to wrap this shit up. And then now you want to sit at the reunion holding hands, and this is that and the third.
I was confused.
If you getting, if not government assistance, if you getting man assistance, then shut the fuck up.
Something for real. Now I'm interested to see, because on this next part, I'm interested to see the more kind of questions that Carlos is going to ask him, because he has got to dig in to that last scene with them. He has got to dig in to the finances of it all.
He better. Because that stupid guy coming over there with stupid flowers. Okay.
Yes. Then we see Marquez show up with flowers. He asked Martell, is it okay? And we all know by now that Stormy is the surprise guest. There's no surprise.
I saw that.
Right, because I was like, who is working that motherfucking dress? Because
she worked the hell out of that. And I hope it disturbs Mel to her core to see her.
And let me tell you something. When I say my dream baddest bitch is Stormy, because she has never compromised herself. She is a great businesswoman. She has let it be known when she was vulnerable, when she had all that going on with the once VP, CEO, CFO, whatever. She has been very transparent. She has given everything in her storyline, even to the fact of all the trauma that they went through with her damn near dying, having their child, and how they feel about having another child, and what they need to do to avoid her damn near dying again. Like, she has put her heart, body, and soul on the floor. And I appreciate that. And not only that, you's a bad bitch, because you have a multi-million-dollar company, and y'all got acres and acres and acres of land. And I think at some point in time, I can't remember if Courtney played football, basketball professionally or whatever, but he got
to be football. Goddamn, that man. I said it gotta be football, because goddamn, that man.
Whatever it was, he was some type of professional athlete, so he got his own money. She got her own money. That is true Black excellence. And the fact that you can step away because this isn't aligning with your brand and what you want to project for your family.
It cannot be aligned, your stuff, because of the millimeters. It can. It can.
Mhm.
So
This would be a whole different
100%
show if there were no
respect her.
millimeters.
And I want her to come in and read these motherfuckers from the top of the ceiling down to the floor. And,
That's what I'm
do what the
hoping.
fuck she need to do.
Facts.
Checkmate.
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 Well, we will be back next week to finalize the rest and wrap up Love and Marriage Huntsville season 9. I do want to ask one more question before we go that we didn't speak on. Carlos did ask Maurice and stuff about his DUI. He questioned Kimmy about it also. The way Kimmy answered, do y'all feel that she was telling the truth? Do y'all feel she feels that Maurice was somewhere? Because Maurice like, y'all get that part next year. He didn't answer fully. How did y'all feel about that scene?
I don't, because she said they was all together. And here's the thing. From the time a person gets booked till they get their first phone call can be an extended amount of time. So if they left at the same place, they made a stop, he was with her, and say he gets stopped at a light and she goes on about her way because he's following her. He goes through the light, blah, 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 drifts off, hits a tree, blah, 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 whatever. The police come. She's already at home wondering where he's at behind her. So by the time the police get to him, he gets booked in, he gets his first phone call, blah, blah, blah. And let's be clear about the times, because just because you have a wreck at 2:32 a.m. and you don't get processed until 12 something the next day in the afternoon, it's because of all the process procedures. You're sitting in the holding tank, motherfucker shift change, blah, 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 whatever.
Yeah,
and yeah, she's at home like, this motherfucker was behind me. What the fuck happened? And she says she's a nurse. So her first thing is hospitals. Now, you know, me, a person who used to be out in the streets, if a motherfucker ain't home by a certain time, it's jail, hospital, morgue, whatever. So why everybody wants to insinuate it was something else going on? Whatever that stop they made in between Black and home, they could have been slobbing each other down at the gas station where the lipstick came from.
I don't know.
Doesn't mean he was with another female.
I don't think there was any lipstick. I think that, you know, I get drunk sometimes, and by the time I realizing shit happened, it's 1 p.m. It's 1 p.m.
reunion.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. By the time I realized, you know, I have to check on my husband.
Light-skinned brother.
What?
I said pink lips is pink lips. He a light-skinned brother.
He did not have any pink lips. That's bullshit. That's bullshit.
No, we're talking about he didn't have any on his collar.
He did not have anything.
I went through his
we're just saying that his lips are naturally pink, Mike.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I went through his Instagram. We went through his Instagram when the thing came out. He naturally has pink lips.
Mm-hmm. And what I was saying was, if I was, my husband knows, we go to a party and we're all drinking, I'm gonna be out of the shit, right? You know, I by the time I realize, oh, he's not here. It's 1 p.m. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And so I don't know what happened. Did you call me? Did you not call me? I don't know what happened.
Right, because you didn't went home and went to sleep.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
I'm realizing you're not there when you calling me from jail, and I roll over and feel like, oh, this nigga ain't here.
Girl,
I know.
Listen,
you never know. He was supposed to go get some rib tips from the barbecue shop. He was just gonna go home and get everything together, and she fell asleep. Oh, nigga, I fell asleep. I was laying on my rib tips. You in jail?
Girl,
you know?
Friend. And if you're in Africa,
and I ain't gonna lie to you, I'm a crazy bitch, because I was like, is the rib tips in the car? Did you get the rib tips before you got pulled over?
Damn it,
fat back bitch.
I'm done. I'm done with this shit.
I'm done with
this
both
shit.
of y'all.
I cannot.
I'm done. Okay, let
Let
everyone
me
know
get
where
that
we
card
can.
in pounds so I can get
that
the food.
shit. You know, I was
Let
gonna.
everybody know where we can find y'all. We will be back next Thursday with the final episode, y'all. Yes. And me and Dina will be back Monday with Baddies Midwest. All right. And let everybody know where we can find y'all. We can get out of here.
Guys, I want confessions. She did African queen, young and famous and African. I want her and the guy we did young famous. We want to talk about that because there's so much going on when it comes to the main cast of young famous and African. Okay? He has already.
We'll get in touch with Ubiquitous Black.
He's already proposed to another woman. Okay.
Been stepping out with
seems like to me it seems like the guy is not stable. Like he is into drugs allegedly, and he had already introduced Annie to this shit. We're gonna talk about that. I want to do a review with confessions and the guy that we did young famous and African with.
Okay, well, let me know. Just let me know. Set it up and let me know. Dina, let everybody know where they can find you, baby.
All right. I am the Receipt Queen on YouTube and Dina aka Christina on Instagram and Threads. And then, of course, as Confession said, we'll be doing baddies on Monday. And then you can find me on Kamisha Reviews channel on Saturdays for Ready to Love because that is back. And then, randomly here and there, I'm covering trials. And on February 24th, I believe, I'll double check the date, but that's when the trial allegedly starts for Patrick Oliver Clark, who is accused of unaliving Takeoff. So I got that going on. And then, of course, my birthday, my half-century 50th birthday is coming up on 2/26. And I will be reporting live from Curacao. So I will be doing that. So that will be 5 nights and 6 days of beautiful photography and video and everything else coming live from Curacao from February 26th to March 3rd.
Dina, where the fuck is that?
Curacao is in the Caribbean, and it's about this teach much on the map from being in South America. So it's over there by Aruba.
Ubiquitous, I'll send it to you. I'll get her thinking.
Dina, aka Christina. Like when she pops it down, it's Dina, aka Christina.
I'm gonna send them something right now. Yours,
yeah. On Instagram.
And because we're gonna do young famous and African, we're gonna talk about Idibia affairs and proposal and cocaine addiction and all that shit. Let's do it. It's hot topics when it comes to. Let's do it.
So also, you guys know, The Handmaid's Tale is coming back for its 6th and final season.
What the fuck is that?
Huh?
Oh my God, we're gonna get you together.
Don't got time for this shit, Mod. The Handmaid's Tale. It's a scripted show. It's not reality TV. It's a scripted show. The Handmaid's Tale. We'll tell you about it. You'll be like, oh hell no.
Backstage. We'll sidebar.
We'll tell you about it. You'll be fucked up.
No, I'm not.
I will be talking about that. You will be back on April 24th. The White Lotus starts this Sunday. So I will be talking about all of those things, and we're still waiting for P Valley. All right. Starting tomorrow, I will be doing a new thing where I'll be I haven't decided what I'm going to title it yet, but I will be reading out loud my letters from my ex from when he was in jail. So letters from a prison nigga is coming. All right. And I will be doing it on TikTok, but when I come and talk about it on YouTube, I will be talking about our relationship in more depth. On TikTok, I'll just be reading the letter, but you gotta come to YouTube to hear the behind the scenes footage of this relationship that I had when I was younger with my best fucking friend. Okay. And then we got together and now I hate him with all of my heart and soul. So that is a whole entire history within the making. So come through and
Shit.
listen to
I feel
Letters
like
from a Prison
at this
Nigga
point,
coming soon.
I feel
Tomorrow
like-
I will be starting that. What, Dina? I mean, what, my?
I feel like at this point, maybe I need to talk about my boyfriend, my African boyfriend that I promised the whole world when I got to New York
No, we
City
promised
and,
them all.
and all that
Oh,
shit.
okay,
and all
well,
that
that's
shit.
another
Can you
episode.
do
Let's
that?
go ahead and wrap this up because my ass is tipsy and I gotta go to work tomorrow.
Well, all right, and I'm ready to get a little tipsy because I'm about to go watch Southern Charm and
Come on, get your
Traitors
drinks.
just
Get
dropped
your drinks.
another
Get
new
your drinks.
episode. So I'm about to go watch Traitors and Southern Charm. All right. And so tomorrow catch me for a Hey Boo Hey. We will be talking about Southern Charm. We will be talking about the Traitors and whatever the hell that went on today that I wrote down and jotted about. So see y'all in the morning for Hey Boo Hey at around 11:25 or so about that. All right, y'all. We will see y'all cats and kittens next Thursday for the final installment of this crazy reunion. And we'll have lots to talk about then. But until then, we'll see y'all later. And I'm going to leave y'all with this beautiful message. If you don't like this video, you a hoe. And your mama told me.